It's a beautiful Wednesday morning in the fabulous Florida Keys. I'm Gary McAdams with eXp Realty. If you want to trust the weather forecast, the temperatures are supposed to be in the mid-80s all day long with a nice light breeze off the ocean and no rain. This is my morning market MLS update video I do every day right about this same time. I report all the new listings in Key West and the lower Keys that have come on the market in the last 24 hours. If you watch this video every day, you will be ahead of most buyers. You'll know about every new listing from Big Pine Key down to Key West the same day the realtors know about them. I find most buyers wait for a home to come onto Zillow before they inquire about it, and the problem they face there is by the time Zillow puts a home live online, it's been on the multiple listing service a few days and all the good deals are already under contract. If you watch this video every day and you see something you like, call me that same day. We'll make an appointment to go see the property. And if you like what you see, we can write up a contract and have you under contract on the home before most buyers ever even knew it was for sale. You can also get a much more detailed description of these listings, including photos, if you follow my blog, keywestinvesting.com. I'll put that web address in the description below. I update it every morning from the multiple listing service as well. There's a lot more information on the homes in the blog, a lot more details, any unique features the home might have. There'll be photos of the inside of the home, photos of the outside of the home. If the home happens to have a water view, it'll show photos of the water view, photos of the boat dockage if there is one. It's just a lot more information than I can cram into a couple-minute quick YouTube video. Again, that web address is keywestinvesting.com, and it's updated every day from the Florida Keys multiple listing service, including photos. If you like this video, please let me know. Click that thumbs up like symbol down below. If you want to see more videos of this nature, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and keep current with what's being listed in the Florida Keys market every day. I do a video just like this each morning telling you about the new listings the same day the realtors know about them. Also, make sure you stay to the end of the video. I'm running an offer right now where I will contribute $1,000 of my commission to go right towards your closing costs. But that offer expires at the end of this month. You've only got about 5 or 6 days left. It expires on June 30th, 2024. So make sure you stay to the end of the video to hear the details. You can take advantage of that. We have 4 new listings to go over today. But before I give you the information on the new listings, the state of Florida's legal department makes me cover the boring stuff. The information I'm about to give you comes directly from the Florida Keys multiple listing service. I'm not accepting any responsibility for any of these listings. I'm not claiming any of these listings to be my own listings. And I'm not accepting any responsibility for any inaccuracies there may be in these listings. I'm simply reading it to you right from the Florida Keys multiple listing service. The first one we have is a very unique home. It's a 5-unit, multi-unit building on Eisenhower in Key West's neighborhood called the Meadows. This property is waterfront. It has great water views. There's a main house, and there's also a detached guest house that comes on the property. It's definitely one during your due diligence period you would want to absolutely check out with the Key West Building Department and the Key West Planning Department. There's a few discrepancies on the listing. They're calling it a 6-bedroom, 5-bathroom house. But if you read the blog, you'll see in the description it says the main house has 5 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms, and the guest house has 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. So that's 7 bathrooms. Then the next caveat to it is if you look at the Monroe County tax collector's property record card, they're showing it as a 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom house, not a 6-bedroom, 5-bathroom, and certainly not a 7-bedroom, 2-bathroom. So you would definitely want to look at that during your due diligence inspection period to make sure you're buying what's being advertised. Assuming everything is okay, which more than likely it is, a lot of times permits get applied for and they just don't get filed. This property's been in the same family for generations and generations. It hasn't changed hands, so nobody's probably really checked to make sure the records are updated, but it's definitely worth noting if you're interested in this home. It's a great investment opportunity for rental income property. It's in an excellent location. It's being offered at $4,975,000, which is a little on the high end, not totally out of line. You could probably negotiate that a little bit. Again, if you look at the blog, you'll see in the photos, the house definitely is a little bit dated and it needs some updating and some work. The next one is a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom condo, also in the Key West neighborhood, the Meadows. This one's on Pearl Street. It's 546 square feet. It's being offered at $650,000, which is an excellent price for any property in the Meadows, even with the 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom. My only concern with this property is the condos like these, what they were was from back in the days when the families had 8, 9, or 10 kids, and they had these huge houses. They were bought by developers and broken down into small condo units. So there's usually anywhere from 3 to, on the high end, 6 or 7 units in the building. Make sure you check the financials while you're under your inspection due diligence period, and especially the reserves. You want to make sure they have enough money in reserves for any upcoming maintenance that might need to be done. This particular unit, the MLS says, if you read the blog, that the building has a new roof, which would be one of the major expenses that would come up. But you still want to make sure there's enough money in the reserves in case the building needs to be resided, if the building needs to be tented for termites, any maintenance that comes with home ownership. If they don't have enough money in the reserves, each owner gets an assessment to pay for that bill. And if you're in a large condo complex with a couple hundred units, it's not that big of a deal because it's the same bill split by 200 people. But when the bill's being split by anywhere from 3 to 7 people, it could be a pretty sizable assessment you have to come up with cash out of pocket right then and there. So definitely you want to take a look at the reserves. Then we go to Stock Island to Merriam Street. There's a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 600 square foot mobile home. What you're paying for here definitely is the location. It's being offered at $435,000, which is an excellent price. This particular property, I'm not sure if you're not familiar with Stock Island, Merriam Lane has an open water view on one side. This one is on the dry side. It's not on the water side, but there's an open water view on the other side of the street. And this is close to the end of Merriam, I said Merriam Lane, it's Merriam Street. This was close to the end of Merriam Street by 12th Street, which also has excellent water views. This home would be the ideal candidate to come in and remove the mobile home and put up a house. If you put up a high enough house, you'd have great open water views on 2 sides of the house. It's being rented right now as is. It would be a great rental property because it's very close to Key West. So it would be ideal rental for a working Key West local. And they're right, the quiet side of Stock Island. And if you want to keep it, rent it for a little while if you're not ready to build yet. And then when you did build, you'd have a great house with water views on both sides. Stock Island is absolutely the up-and-coming neighborhood of the Lower Keys. It's technically not Key West, although most people consider it to be Key West. It's one island up from Key West. Definitely worth taking a look at, especially at $435,000. Then the next house is up on Upper Sugarloaf on Mad Bob Road. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 1,132 square feet. If you read the blog, you'll see the description in the listing says it has been updated. And I know this listing agent very well. He would not put it's been updated if it hadn't been. He's been in the business well over 20 years and very reputable in the community. I definitely trust what he says to be true and correct. The only thing I would want to change on this property is the 1-bathroom. I would want to add a 2nd bathroom, but with 1,132 square feet, you should have no problem doing that. And also the property is on a little over ½ acre of land. So if you wanted to expand the square footage to add that extra bathroom, more than likely the county wouldn't give you a hard time, but I would confirm that during your due diligence inspection period if you wanted to add on to the property. It's being offered at $699,000, which is an excellent price for Sugarloaf Key. It's only about a 20-minute drive to Key West. And for families with children, it's just a couple blocks up the street from the Sugarloaf School, which is an excellent school. And that's the school your kids would go to from kindergarten up until the 8th grade. And then they'd go into Key West to go to high school. That's all we have for today. If you want to take a look at any one of these homes or any home anywhere in the Florida Keys, give me a call at 305-731-0100. 0501. Now, as promised, my commitment to pay $1,000 of my commission to go right towards your closing costs. If you buy or sell any home with me anywhere in the Florida Keys between now and June 30th this year, 2024, I will contribute $1,000 of my commission to go right towards your closing costs. It'll be paid to you at closing. It'll be right on the settlement statement, so everyone will see before we close that you are getting that $1,000. I understand being June 26th, it's very unlikely you're going to close on a home by June 30th, 2024. So I'm going to kick that offer out a little bit further. You do not have to close by June 30th. If you're selling the home, the listing agreement just has to be signed by June 30th, 2024. If you're buying the home, the contract for purchase and sale just has to be signed by June 30th, 2024. Then we can go ahead and close after that date, and I'll still honor that $1,000. But if you want to take advantage of the $1,000, definitely don't drag your feet. Once June 30th comes, that offer's gone. I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to showing you homes in the fabulous Florida Keys. More importantly, I look forward to making you my neighbor. I'm Gary McAdams with eXp Realty.